Community Primary School. It's a Catholic-founded school. Yatui Community Primary School is a community-based school. Started in 1962, and today it is 60 years old. The school doesn't have teachers, substantive teachers. We do not have the furniture. The latrines, it is a latrine, not even improved latrine. This school has undergone about rate in the entire Uganda or East Africa is right here. Our boys end up riding donkeys and carry people's produce because we don't have a well-functioning road that even a pickup or any Isuzu truck can come to carry the produce. So the boys end up doing that job. Our young girls go into the nearby protected area, Mount Elgon National Park, to pick firewood, dead wood, and they sell to make ends meet. Because back home, we are also suffering. There is no food, there is no money. Your father, your mother also depends on you now. This school is not government aided, not government granted. We urgently call upon the Education Service Commission through the structures that exist here in Kween District. The Office of the District Education Officer, please absorb this school and have it get into government list of schools to be aided or granted. Give us substantive teachers. For how long? This is a community that has not, like we don't have a school, we don't have a health unit, we don't have anything like road infrastructure. And yet we pay taxes, we participate in electoral processes, in all the arenas. I mean, it is very irritating to see that other communities are developing and we are left behind. For how long? And let me ask you, does the Constitution enshrines anywhere the temporal people? Many people call us temporal. They call us illegal people. They call us Ndorobos. They mock us. Ndorobo is a mockery term referring to this primitive mountain person far away from social services. Do we have the temporal people? And so do we have the temporal land? You call this land temporal, and so no social service should ever develop. And you really want us to vote for the leaders, and you really want us to pay the taxes. Where does the tax that the people of Yatui pays? Because we have never benefited for all the years, ever since taxation started. Our ancestors lived here. Our parents lived here. We are still living here. And we really participate in all those other government contributory services. Very well. Yatui Community Primary School again started in 1962. Up to today, 60 years, it is still at a community level of a school. During Corona, we were not spared. We all remained at home. And when we resumed in 2022, it was very good news. We had about 413 people schooling here. And then we had about 6 teachers. Only one substantive retired head teacher was managing the school. The rest of the teachers are senior 4 dropouts, are senior 2 dropouts like Madam Fiki, Jakulani, Rebecca Shedrack. And so they were helping their fellow brothers and sisters because we don't have substantive teachers here. And nobody risks to give because who will pay for them?
I am called Kibet Cornell, born in Yatui community, Bennett resettlement area. I am here at the temporary settlement. The challenges that we are facing here is one, education is not all that okay. Our children are suffering, there are not schools, there is no health center, there is no road, all other infrastructure. We are really facing a big problem, and that is temporary settlements. In 1990, government displaced the Yatui community from Jesawere sub-county, Kween District, and they brought here in the same year to the permanent, to the temporary settlement. In 2008, they were evicted by Uganda Wildlife Authorities, and they were brought back to resettle in temporary settlement for 6 months. Government was like, said by Janet McQuire, by then it was a minister for tourism. She says that you just be in temporary settlement for 6 months, and to date, these people are in temporary settlement. Others are now don't have homes where they can stay. They don't have land. They are really living in miserable life. It is only one community school, and this school is not all that okay. The school doesn't have structures. The school doesn't have desks. The school doesn't even have pupils because this community has not been sensitized to take their children to school. We are still very behind due to delay of government not resettling us permanent. People have stress.
Maneno ya area hii, maneno ya road, maneno ya maji hakuna, lima kwa shamba hakuna kitu, yote hakuna.
Okay, I'm called Council James Martin, one of the activists in Kween. I come from the sub-county, which was divided from this sub-county. Yeah, you see, Tuigat sub-county is a sub-county of Kosir, where I come from. But we are one as a community. So this Yatui community is being affected by so many things. One of the challenges is we don't have roads. The problem which affects this community is the lack of roads. You know, we have a school which is called Yatui, which was recently even affected by wind. It blowed.
I want you to look on this.
This place being a temporary settlement has now affected provision of social services. Since the place has been renamed as a temporary land, now the community to construct houses in terms of schools, in terms of roads, has affected this place.
What would you need now?
Now, the issues which the government should address is, the first thing is to recognize this place as a permanent land for these residents. Second thing is they should also construct roads which leads to this place, such that it helps in provision of social services.
Okay.
So what I was communicating is the challenges which is affecting this place. One of it is infrastructure, that is in terms of roads. We don't have roads which links to this place. We also don't have social services like hospitals. We don't have a hospital. Since this place was, since this area was allocated to be temporal, most of the services has now been missing. So this has affected the community.
My name is Yeko Maslin. I am one of the members from Yatui community, and I am a mother of 4 children. Now what is here in Yatui is that we, the women here, we serve a lot. We even have children, but nothing like education because of the poor infrastructures. For example, of resin, the wind came and blew all the roofs, and the sheet was also just there. So now what is so embarrassing is that our children just at home, and they go from here up to even Kero Primary, a very far place. At sometimes when it is raining, our children suffer on their way when they are going to school. So Yatui Community School is just a school that we want government to help us. And also government see that support these people by giving us school constructions. For example, now if I say it has affected our children during rainy season. During rainy season when they travel to large distances, they even sleep on their way because of the far place that they go to school. Another thing or the challenges that we have here is, for example, now the desks, there are no desks in our community school that was recently renovated. And therefore, we request also the people of the community to be serious and take this serious by even putting in their own labor and also make some seats for the children to study.
The matter of this Yatui primary school, I think I can't put mine because I have already engaged the district to make sure that it is grant aided, and it is in the process. Among the 15 schools that have been presented for grant aiding, this school is number 11. So that's basically what I can say. The life here is very hard. Over 20 years, people have been living under temporal. The War Act was passed, and these people are suffering. They are being charged. They are being charged when they graze their animals. Yet they are where government placed them under temporal. Government promised to come and resettle them in 6 months, and now it's up almost 20 years. They are all the time fighting here. In fact, life here is hard. As you can see, there is no school, there is no water, there is no health center. These people are in a very hard life.
Talk about the road infrastructure.
The road infrastructure, I can thank government for the main road. But the main road is totally useless without the roads linking people to the main road. And that's why even here right now, it's going to be very difficult for us to get to the main road. Because the money we get in this district is not enough to work on our roads, because this is a very mountainous area, as you have also seen, that you are either sloping or you are climbing, and we have rocks, and the soils are very fertile, very slippery, and you need Maram mainly, and Maram is not here. To get to Maram, you need to go about 100 kilometers to bring Maram to this area. It's majorly to urge government to resettle these people of Yatui who have been on temporal for over 20 years now, and also resettle the other people who are living in Rwanda and Kisangani who are living under temporal. And that is basically what the motion is all about.
Yo